Greetings to you all. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I know I'm a little bit late with the upload schedule, but I guess I got a bit of a block in terms of creativity and ideas for the next video, which is this one. Today, we're briefly going to talk about a zombies game. No, not World at War. No, not Black Ops 3. None of these actually. As the name suggests, the game was originally a homebrew application for the PlayStation Portable, which if you are familiar with the controls of the Portable, you would know that it's tortured as hell. However, in this video, we will look at least roughly 2 to 3 versions of the same game, just ported differently to each platform. The browser version, the downloadable version for the PC, and the one for the PlayStation Vita, something that I have. Before we start the video, let's just give ourselves some insight to the game as a whole. What is Zombies Portable? Well, according to the VitaDB description for the homebrew game in particular, it is the Call of Duty Zombies D-Make for PlayStation Portable and Vita, Nintendo Switch and 3DS, Windows and Linux, ARM and x86 by the way. Powered by various Quake source ports, includes Nacht, Der and Terren, and several community-made maps. Basically, the description says it all, and it's the most straightforward game that you can possibly download or have on any platform, according to the description of course. The game was intentionally made as a D-Make to the Call of Duty Zombies that you would know as Call of Duty World at War. And while judging by the graphics, you can tell that it is made in the Quake engine because, wow, these are graphics indeed. Still a very impressive little game too that originally started out for a little homebrew game for the PSP. It managed to capture some of the magic, but not all of it, but still pretty good for what I see. There's nothing really wrong about it or anything to heavily criticize about, which is a good thing to actually say about this game. But you get what you basically see. Would have been just cool if NZP got an actual multiplayer that you could duke it out with actual randoms or friends of your own, like multiplayer basically. The main star of this video is definitely going to have to be the PC version or maybe the Vita version in all honesty. It has the most features, it has more maps, more to do, and so much more we will cover. We're going to save the best for last because I won't spoil you guys too much now. Starting off, we're going with the browser version, which you can easily just search up on your browser by putting in Zombies Portable or Nazi Zombies Portable, whichever you prefer. It has an interesting URL, so it's easy to navigate, that's for sure. This is definitely for the Black Ops 6 players. Anyways, diving into the game, you're greeted with a couple of the options for the main menu: solo, cooperative, configuration, achievements, and credits. Yeah, there are a lot of interesting things going on here, but the cooperative mode is the best one that I have ever seen for a homebrew, well, originally a homebrew game. There are a lot of interesting things going on here, specifically the cooperative mode, which we will try later. It's not going to be that successful, but, you know, whatever. There are a lot of interesting maps that we have here, the main 4 being Nocturne Toten, Warehouse Classic, New Warehouse, and Christmas Special. For me, I am really familiar with Warehouse because that's how I initially got exposed to this game. I don't really remember there being a Nocturne Toten beforehand, so Warehouse Classic is my favorite one, even though it is basically very bare bones. Nocturne Toten, as shown here, has been faithfully recreated and made in a low poly version of Call of Duty Zombies. Also has been here for such a long time, and it looks pretty good for a game that looks like it was literally released in 1996. Here's New Warehouse, which also looks pretty nice and has had a major facelift since its predecessor. Quite a map this is. We also have Christmas Special. Nothing too much to say about this, but hey, an extra map to play in case you ever get bored of this game, which I highly doubt because, oh my god, there are a lot of user-made maps. It is actually kind of impressive, and I'm sure you can probably find some more in a forum somewhere. However, you came here expecting me to play the cooperative, which is exactly what I'm going to do, but it's really dependent on how you find it and where you find it. I'd recommend probably getting your friend to play this with you and try to hope that it would work. From my experience, I have to say that this multiplayer cooperative portion of the browser game is pretty awesome, and if you're at like school or something and like you can't download games, this is probably good if it isn't blocked, I would know at least. On the other hand, the lag is a little bit noticeable, but that could be a fault of the host or the servers or however this game operates. It plays pretty well for the most part. You can at least enjoy this with your friends, but don't be afraid to hop in, make a server of your own, host it, and hope that someone joins your game. The next version that we will be looking at is going to be the downloadable version of this exact port. Since it's not exactly running off WebGL or off the browser, however you prefer to say it, this is definitely the best version of this game. It runs better, there's most likely no input lag whatsoever, and you can do whatever you want. And I think this also has controller support as well. Seriously, you can even adjust and tweak whichever map to your liking and to your experience. With my version, I'm not sure if it's the most updated version of NZP, but it is for sure better than the oldest one, which was as bare bones can possibly get, which would be the original PSP version. They're all mostly the same game, just ported differently to each platform, and I think there's a bit of a tweak with how much they use in terms of the engine. Like there are different types of Quake engines that they use that are customized for each port, I believe. I'm not sure, but they are basically the same game. The computer version of this game is definitely just the best. Still having a lot of the same maps as you saw previously, so nothing really has changed. With my version, I can't seem to join via public servers, which is a bummer, but I'm sure if you can just enter your friend's server details, and I think it should work, but there are some weird things going on there. Last time I tried this with my friend, it didn't really work, and it was kind of frustrating, but I'm not sure. However, experiences may vary, so I'm not sure. To conclude this part, it's a better version of everything that we will cover in this video, and it's definitely a fun little alternative to the zombies that you may be familiar with, like World at War, BO1, BO2, BO3, BO4, Cold War, and Black Ops 6. Jesus Christ. This demake is supposed to replicate World at War the most, so I'm definitely sure you can't just slide cancel the hell away from the zombies. However, to my belief, you have been waiting for the second best version of this game. Something that you can take with you wherever you may go. The PS Vita version of NZP. This plays well, and it's not that much of a surprise. Think about it. If the PSP was basically like a PS2 that was portable, then the Vita was a portable PS3. Which according to some games like Killzone Mercenary, you can really see it. It has an inbuilt FPS counter, so if you're a freak about FPS like me, then this is pretty cool. It runs at a smooth 60 FPS, so I don't think there's ever any lag with this. It has pretty decent controls as well. It has a lot of the same maps, just not as the same as the previous two maps. Not all of like the user-made maps, but still pretty cool. Still, this won't really make you feel too bored. Also, listen to this main menu music. Wow, that's really nice. For a game that was made originally as a homebrew, this is surprisingly nice to hear. As you would expect, the game plays exactly the same, but hey, at least you can take it wherever you please. You can also have this for the Switch, and well, I'm not sure about how you can hack your Switch, nor do I even want to delve into that, or else I'll
get my ass handed.
However, it is pretty cool to know that. Again, it would definitely just be the same exact thing, but on a different platform, as usual. However, there is so much to be said with how impressive that a little homebrew application that happens to be a decently fun little game that I can definitely see myself playing every now and then. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, guys, I really do appreciate it if you manage to subscribe and like the video if you want to see more video game related content or maybe more obscure stuff. I really do appreciate it if you did make it all the way to the end of this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.